You know, I was hopeful we could finish in the top three in the league going into the season, and I felt like if everything really came together, we could possibly win the league. But everything had to come together, and I think it did. I think this team was able to get that done because it was a team, and when you put forth a true team effort, sometimes you can surpass those that are a little more talented than you because you're a team, and that's the whole goal of team sports, isn't it? You know, early on, I think that I don't think we were selfish early on. I just think that we were so excited to get things going that individually we all felt like, hey, I've got to do my part. And it just so happens sometimes in a team setting, if everyone thinks their part is the same thing, it just doesn't work. I heard somebody say you can't all talk at the same time. You can sing at the same time, but you can't all talk at the same time. And I think earlier in the year we were all trying to talk at the same time and trying to express our own individual abilities within the team concept. But after Portland loss on the road, early loss, and I think after a Kansas thrashing, I think our guys felt like, you know what, we need to all sing together and be together as a team. I think one of the best qualities, and this goes along with team, I think, too, is that our guys get along really well. This has probably been the most close-knit unit that we've had since we've been here, from top to bottom, from 1 to 13. We've had groups that maybe 4 or 5 of them were really, really close, but from 1 to 13 maybe weren't as close. This group was extremely close and willing to work together. I think also our length and coupled with our quickness helped a lot with this team overall. I think if you are a good rebounding team, it's going to make you a better basketball team overall. There's so many things that come out of being a good rebounding team. You become a better defensive team because you limit teams to one shot. This year's team wasn't a great outside shooting team, but yet we were such a good offensive rebounding team, we were able to compensate a little bit for that lack of outside shooting. And John Brockman, being one of the top rebounders in the country and the leading rebounder in the history of this program, certainly helps your team become a better rebounding team. Coach Jim Shaw, one of my assistants, is relentless in talking about rebounding day in and day out, and our guys understand that rebounding is very important, and it's emphasized daily, and I think that has something to do with why we've been able to get it done on the boards. Winning a Pac-10 championship, I think, definitely helps with recruiting, in that we hadn't done that in 53 years, but we hadn't finished higher than 5th the last couple of years. I think we finished 7th and 8th, and prior to those years we finished 2nd 3 consecutive years, but kids don't remember that. They remember the last thing you do, and the last thing kids remember we did was win a Pac-10 championship, and kids want to be a part of a winner for the most part. And I think I should say this, I don't think it'll hurt recruiting. I think Isaiah Thomas is going to become a better outside shooter. I already think he's a good outside shooter. I just think he did a couple of things this year he's not been asked to do in his career. One was really pay a lot of attention to on the defensive end. He really worked hard defensively, and I think offensively he played more of a point guard role for us, which is something that he hadn't really done. He's used to being more of a combo guard that just kind of went out and played basketball. And this year we asked him to be more of a setup guy at times. And when you're working on a couple of things like that and you're still trying to go out and be the best basketball player you can be, sometimes your shot loses a little bit of its luster. I think in the incoming years, Isaiah Thomas will be able to concentrate more on just playing the game as opposed to just totally running a team. I think that's going to help him. Seems like the last month of our season we had to prepare for heavyweight bout after heavyweight bout. We were up at the top, first or second in our league, and we knew one loss could drop us down as low as 6th place. And every game we played was not only a tough opponent, but it was a lot at stake. And you finally win a Pac-10 championship after pretty much answering the bell in all those situations. You go out, you win a game in the Pac-10 tournament, And then I just think it finally caught up with us. All those games, those weeks of consecutively getting up and putting forth your best effort, I think finally maybe we took a step back that way and we came out on the short end. We faced a basketball team that was solid enough to convert every mistake we made into a basket. Every time we went under a screen the wrong way, if we closed out on a shooter the wrong way, if we bobbled a ball, if we didn't box out, they converted those into baskets. And it's unbelievable as I go back and look at the film of that game, how many points they scored that way. They were an opportunistic basketball team, that's for sure. And that's just kind of how they play. They're a very, very solid team. And we've not had a team, I think, that we've played this year that was able to make us pay for our mistakes like they did. I think what I'll remember is what we've talked about earlier, is just how much of a team this became, how we were all kind of one fist together and no one cared who got the credit. We just went out and played and competed every game and tried to help each other become better. I don't think it does. I think that we're going to approach this season the way we did last season and the season before that, prepared to make us be able to compete and be the best possible team we can be. Many have said, well, your team overachieved this year, and you know, I got to spend a lot of time with John Wooden, and he doesn't think there's such a thing as overachieving. You're going to reach your potential. How close can you come to reaching your potential? And I would have to say we came close to reaching our potential this year, as close as we've come in any other year, and that's what we're going to try to do next year as we get ready for this upcoming season. Prepare to try to be the best team that we can be.